Canyon Road here, heading down to the Untanum Recreation area, the starting line. So, Yakima Skyline 50K, April 21st, 2012. That would be the Yakima River, and I guess we cross the suspension bridge there and head up onto the hills.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. I've got a few important notices before we send you off. First thing is everybody needs to be safe out there today. There are a few spots where the trail is really steep, really rocky, really narrow, and there's even a few cliffs. So in those spots, especially when you're passing other runners, just be a little extra careful. You're a long way from a hospital out there. Also, watch out for rattlesnakes. It's still kind of early in the year for rattlesnakes to be out, but you might see one or two out there. So don't step on them. Also, check yourself for ticks after the race. The whole course is marked with pink ribbons and white signs with arrows. Anywhere where it's really hard to follow the trail, it's really heavily marked. Anywhere where it's an obvious trail or road, you're only going to see a ribbon or a sign once every half mile. If you go more than a mile, if you go 1.5 miles, 2 miles without seeing a ribbon or a sign, you've gotten off the course. Go back to where you last saw a sign or a ribbon and go the right way. So you should see a sign or a ribbon at least every half mile. Another note about the course, for the 50K runners, it is mandatory that you go to all of the aid stations. That's how we know that you're safe and that you're still out there. You cannot skip the 2nd and 4th aid stations. There's a short out and back to that aid station. Do not skip it. There will be a volunteer course marshal at that spot to instruct you to go up to the aid station. Has anybody got any questions? There's a few hills. I heard it's going to be sunny. I don't believe it though.
Okay, we're about a mile in, headed up this canyon. Or gully, probably more. Still the first climb. I'm about 45 minutes in. Of course, the leaders are long gone, so it's kind of a line up to the top, and then we go back over. This is almost comically steep here. Almost into the first climb here. Wow, very steep right here. Came all the way from down the river over there. Okay, there's the crazy steep hill. Here's the river and the highway. Second climb. About 2 hours and 35 minutes in. Here's the river. We came all the way from over there on top of that hill. That's the out and back right up there. On the map it looks flat, but you know, it's uphill, but that's where the aid station is, and that's where you gotta get water. So those are pretty long poles between aid stations the first two. A 20-ounce water bottle is not enough. Just came from that far hill over there, from down this side of the hill. Panoramic view. I don't know, I'm going to guess that's Rainier over there. And that's Mount Adams to the south there. We're topping out. And there go the leaders. It is 3 hours and 15 minutes. They are right above the dam here. And Yakima is just on the other side there. Okay, we just finished the second of 2 climbs. Now we got another mini climb here to get to the turnaround point, 15.5 miles. The climbing never stops. Here's the turnaround point in the distance there. So I'm going back up, I don't know, about mile 16 up this diabolical little sucker here. First climb after the turnaround point. We're headed back that way. So back down along those ridges there. Okay, 20.7 miles, just came out of the last aid station. The high point, run back down to the valley again, and then back up that monster hill right there, and right at about 23 miles. That's the start of the last climb. You can see it's really flat in here. River's over that way, and we just came from that way, that climb over there. Right at about mile 24, that's what awaits you right there. Bam, straight up in your, right in your face. 2200 vertical all the way to the top. 25K runners turn around here. Come on, Rain Shadow Running, you couldn't figure out a way to make them run all the way to the bottom? A lot of people happy to see this aid station. Okay, that's what you want to see. You want to see the arrows pointing downhill. 2.2 or something like that miles to go. Straight downhill. That's where we're headed there. There in the distance, the canyon floor. Probably about a mile to go. Probably another 700-800 vertical feet. Thank you.